years of independence and unity through culture. I'm Hans Devines, and alongside the beautiful and wonderfully talented Sarala Ramlogan, we'll be your guides through this evening of cultural displays, which will leave you with no doubt that God has and continues to richly bless our nation. Good evening, Sarala.
A very good evening to you, Hans. And of course, good evening to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You gathered here at the Lord Kitchener Auditorium of the National Academy for the Performing Arts, sitting by the television at home together, and those of you joining us via social media, wherever you are across the diaspora. It is a real pleasure to welcome you, as well as the many honorary Trinbagonians around the globe, to this Diamond Jubilee celebration of our nationhood, a production of the Office of the Prime Minister under the patronage of our Honorable Prime Minister.
Now, fittingly, the talent on display this evening, much like this beautiful set, will exude Trinidad and Tobago's diamond-like qualities of beauty and strong bonds forged, even through a history of tremendous pressure.
That's right. Well, that history cannot be told without honoring the traditions and cultural practices of the first peoples of Airi and Tobacco. Please join me in welcoming this evening Chief Ricardo and members of the Santa Rosa First Peoples community to lead us in an invocation, which will be followed by a dance ritual.
Hey, O great Spirit, God of the heavens and of all creation, hear my call as we pray for this land, Kairi, Trinidad and Tobago, on the occasion of our 60th anniversary as a nation of diverse peoples, emerging as a brilliant diamond out of many pressures, triumphs, and challenges. We dance to your glory. We dance to tell our story. Great Spirit, you said, dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, and I will lead you all wherever you may be. And I will lead you all in the dance, said he. Hey. Ehei Papa Tamushi Adayali Watinachi. Ehei, O God of the highest heaven, you dwell in the highest heaven, and you have placed us on the lowest earth. From the lowest earth, we send our prayer to you in the highest heaven. And we ask the guardian spirits, those of the east, those of the west, those of the north, and those of the south, to receive our prayers. Hey. Hey.
We say thank you so much, Chief Ricardo and the Santa Rosa First Peoples, for that stirring invocation of the indigenous spirits of our lovely land. That spirit of indigenous ingenuity and resilience has certainly taken roots in innumerous Tobagonian innovations and inventions, not least of which is, of course, our national instrument, the steel pan. Among the innovators is world-renowned pianist, musician, composer, arranger, and performer, Dr. Ray Holman. A holder of the Hummingbird Medal Silver Award, Dr. Holman grew up surrounded by the panyard of the 40s and 50s in his hometown, where he started with Invaders Steel Orchestra in 1957 at just 13 years old, composing his very first original piece, Ray's Saga. From 1963 onwards, Dr. Holman has been involved in several steel bands, including Starlift Steel Orchestra, Phase 2 Pan Groove, Exodus, Skiffle Bunch, and Invaders Steel Orchestra throughout the years, and this is just to name a few. Well, he made history in 1972 when Starlift performed his original composition, Pan on the Move at Panorama. The very first original composition to be played at the annual Steel Band competition. Very first composition, rather. Now, in the following years, his original compositions included Pan Woman, Life's Too Short, and Steel Band Paradise, and Heroes of the Nation. And of course, he paved the way for future savants to compose for Panorama. Now, his accolades include induction into the Queen's Royal College Hall of Fame, and he was named as one of the 50 national icons of Trinidad and Tobago at the commemoration of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago's 50th anniversary of independence. Well, in 2021, he was conferred an honorary Doctor of Letters by the University of the West Indies. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome warmly musician extraordinaire, Dr. Ray Holman, playing his compositions, Plenty Loving and Down the Caroni River. This is a musical celebration of our nation on our national instrument. Let's hear it one more time.
We could not have possibly expected anything less than sheer brilliance from Dr. Holman. Yet somehow he managed to once again leave us all absolutely amazed. Thank you, Dr. Ray Holman, for that musical journey of love down the Caroni River. Now, from the work of one of our veteran campaigners, we turn our attention to a young man who has been blazing a trail and leaving quite the impression as he goes. Young Christian Rohit Samuel is a dancer and musician focused on Indian classical styles, but also steeped in Western music. The time spent with his family viewing, singing along, and dancing along to Bollywood films was the first indication that performing arts would be Christian's inclination. Upon recognizing his penchant for performance, he was enrolled in the Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation at the age of 7. He is currently a student of dance with the Samagama Foundation, guided by his guru, Sri Alan Rudish Samaru. Additionally, Christian studies Indian classical music with Srimati Mandakini Swain and Western vocals with the Vanessa Briggs Vocademy. This evening, we have the pleasure of seeing exactly why this young exponent of Bharatnatyam dance has engaged the attention and adulation of so many every time he dons his gungrus. The Bharatnatyam item being performed this evening is a Hindulam Tilana. It showcases the celebration of triumph. This pure dance item gracefully shows the technique of the dancer and ends with a salutation to the Supreme Being in much the same way as our national anthem. We sing your praises, the one who is worshipped by all. Please grant us your look of compassion and grace. This Tilana is set to Ragam Hindulam and Kanda Ekatalam. It is a choreography of Srimati Rukmini Devi Arundale Kalekshitra. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Christian Samuel.
Dim ta na 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 dru dru ta ni tum dru ta ni tum tum na dru ta ni tum dru ta ni tum ta na ta dra dim ta na 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 dru dru ta ni tum dru ta ni tum na dru ta ni tum dru ta ni tum ta na ta dra dim ta na 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 dru dru ta ni tum dru ta ni tum Tani tom ta na na ta da di ta na 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 dru dru tani tani tom tom na dru tani tom dru tani tom ta na na ta da di ta na 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 dru dru tani tani tom dru tani tom tom na dru tani tom dru tani tom ta na na ta da di ta na 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 dru dru సదా భజన చేసి మై మరచితిని నీదు మహిమలనునే పొగడి పొగడి నిన్నే సదా భజన చేసి మై మరచితిని శ్రీకాంచి పురి వెలయుక మాచి కటాక్షించి కరుణ జూడ అమ్మ అమ్మ శ్రీకాంచి పురి వెలయుక మాచి కటాక్షించి కరుణ జూడ అమ్మ అమ్మ రాకు జేకు తగిట గమ తని సగద కజం తజం తణం నినిస సానిదమ మద మగజన కృతాని తుం తుం కృతాని తుం తనం 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 దీం తకిట తాగ దీం దీం తకిట తాగ మగజనిదమ దని సగ మామ మద మద మగజ మామ నిద మద నిద సని గజ మగజ నిదని దీత్రం గిడదగ ధరి గిడదం తక్క దీత్రం గిడదగ ధరి గిడదం తక్క దిక్కు దీత్రం గిడదగ ధరి గిడదం దీం తానన నాదృతాని దని తుంత్రతాని తుందం నాదృతాని తుందం కృతాని తుం తనన తరదీం తానన నాదృతాని తని తుంత్రతాని తుందం నాదృతాని తుంత్రతాని తుం తనన తరదీం
Christian, thank you so much for sharing your great gift of reverent movement.
In the year 1806, 200 men from Macau, Penang, and Canton of mainland China set sail for Trinidad. Their mission, setting up a trading bridge between the East and Latin America. Well, most of these, however, took advantage of the offer to return to China with free passage from the colonial government. The next major settlement of Chinese in Trinidad saw Chinese families from the Guangdong and Fujian regions of southern China flee during the Taiping Rebellion to take up positions as indentured laborers. Well, the pressure necessary to form a diamond such as this 60-year-old republic then has been ever present in the Chinese community. Chinese migration to Trinidad and Tobago continues to this day, and the Chinese influence on our society is especially evident in our cuisine, our commercial activity, and many elements of our arts and carnival.
The Chinese Art and Culture Studies Society recognizes the rich Chinese culture embedded in our society and aims to facilitate greater cultural exchange, primarily through the practice of lion and dragon dancing. This evening's presentation will see a sleepy dragon coaxed into activity by a candy, which he chases around, and then, contented at having gotten the candy, he blesses everyone around him with good fortune and prosperity before returning to sleep. In celebration of our Diamond Jubilee, here is the Chinese Art and Culture Studies Society performance of the Happy Dragon Dance.
yes, what a fun-filled, exciting presentation. Thank you so much to the Chinese Arts and Culture Studies Society for animating that dragon with the promise of candy to ward off evil and bless us all gathered here for this celebration of nationhood. The Black Stallion, in his 1986 classic Sing for the Land, reminds us that his IOU for this country would always remain. For when Drake and Morgan landed here, brother, is Trinidad and Tobago will take the role as their mother. Diamond-forming pressures and hardships leading persons to the shores of these islands is inescapable. The Syrian and Lebanese community in Trinidad and Tobago can certainly attest to this, and we, as a nation, can feel proud of the fact that persons continue to find favor on our shores. Ladies and gentlemen, it is only a nation such as ours in which Orthodox Christian Arabs can find peace and prosperity and declare proudly, as Robert Mighty Trini Elias, I am 1% Syrian and 100% Trinbagonian, a declaration to which we can all aspire. George McCool of Jordan Arabic Food and Music began his musical career in Syria, and over the past few decades has developed a small group which provides cultural service to the local Arab and wider Trinidad and Tobago community. Please join me in welcoming to this celebration of our 60th anniversary of nationhood, Jordan Arabic Food and Music performing Let's Meet, an Alini Akal choreographed piece featuring Miss Akal and members of her N9 dance company.
Colonial attempts to dampen the drumming tradition, which remains synonymous with the African experience throughout the Western Hemisphere, have given birth to innovations in musical style, religious and spiritual customs, and rituals. All this goes to show once again that pressure don't always bust pipe. For a strong and resilient people, sometimes it forms diamonds, like those present in Tobago's drum traditions. The Tamarind Band finds roots in the African compulsion penchant for drum and dance. The tamarind drum came to the fore as a means of having an easily concealable instrument. In those times, when African drumming was prohibited by the colonialists, out of these pressures has emerged a melding of European and African expressions into the uniquely Tobagonian heel and toe, jig, reel, and brushback. Ladies and gentlemen, please warmly welcome to our celebration this evening the Mount Clain Tamarind Band.
takes our breath away. Thank you so much to the Mount Culane Tambourine Band for that excellent exposition of Tobago heritage. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of my God and my country. I will honor my parents, my teachers, my leaders, and my elders, and those in authority. I will be clean and honest in all my thoughts, my words, and my deeds. I will strive in everything I do to work together with my fellow men of every creed and race for the greater happiness of all and the honor and the glory of my country. I'm so pleased to hear you recite that with me. For many of us, the last time we recited those words, penned by gifted and dedicated educator Marjorie Padmore, was when? Primary school. Well, consider what might Trinidad and Tobago be if these words continue to permeate our consciousness. Well, bringing to us further words of wisdom from Miss Padmore in the form of a national song of primary school students of the Moulton Hall Methodist, Bishop Anstey Jr., Maria Regina, and Diamond Vale Government Schools. It's all under the baton of Miss Lorraine Grandison, joining them in delivering the ever-popular God Bless Our Nation is an iconic daughter of Morvar soil. A very humble, multifaceted artist who continues to make her country proud wherever and whenever she performs. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Mavis John.
Our nation, of many varied races, may we possess that common love that binds and makes us one. Let it be known around the world that we can boast of you and take our pride in our liberty. God bless. Oh,
and makes us one. What a noble aspiration it is, one from which we can surely take pride in our liberty. Thank you to Miss Mavis John and our future, the children. Listen, you can feel the bursting of national pride right now. Founded in 1985 by Michael Salikram, the Shiv Shakti Dance Company has been for these many years a shining light in the Tobagonian dance community. In the wake of their inaugural dance classes in the Ganesh temple of Suchet Trace, Pinal, the young company soon came to the uncomfortable realization that their continued success would require financial resources, which they didn't have. Raffles, bake sales, and the like assisted for some time, but eventually the group turned to entering talent competitions. On one trip to a big dance competition, their bus got into not one, not two, but 3 accidents. Yeah, moving Michael to seriously consider that maybe Shiv Shakti should fold. Reassurance, primarily from his brother, motivated Michael and the company to continue to aspire. They won that competition and have not lost one since. Weathering many storms along the way, especially in the early years, this national treasure is yet another exemplar of how continuing to aspire, even as the going gets tough, will produce precious gems which can be appreciated by all of us. Presenting their choreography titled Sugar Island, please welcome the Shiv Shakti Dance Company.
Say we want just not a place I know better. Come for all the day. Say we want to love me country forever. Yeah.
will always show itself. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why Shiv Shakti has endured and indeed thrived over these many, many years to the point of actually running 8 schools. Thank you so much to the Shiv Shakti Dance Company. The Malik Folk Performing Company was founded in 1979 by Mr. Norman Fullerton. It has distinguished itself by winning the National Premier Folk Competition, the Prime Minister's Best Village Trophy Competition, a record 13 times. Malik has toured extensively, representing Trinidad and Tobago at cultural festivals regionally and internationally in Europe, Asia, Canada, the USA, South America, and throughout the Caribbean. Malik Folk Performing Company is also the holder of a national award, the Shakonia Medal Silver, in recognition of the group's unprecedented achievements and long dedicated and outstanding contribution in the sphere of culture in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, as we continue to celebrate the unity forged by the love of liberty, Malik Folk Performing Company presents Under One Umbrella.
I know. This country sweet, I know. But Tris again, I know. I love the greatest show. I know. Where can you find a curry pot over Tris on his big line by the river? I know. We don't divide. In the morning we quarreling, in the evening we all liming together. I know. Like when the steel band and rhythm section play with that sweetness, you don't want to stay. A hammock under a mango tree, go take all of your stress away. So come here, we go jump, come jump in my island. Pick your destination, understand that this is the place to go. Come jump up on somebody, woman, you don't know. This is the place to go. Come free up your mind and let go to calypso. This is the place to go. It's better than you till tomorrow. Back and knowledge, drama, we tempo. Want to see the greatest festival in this world. This is the place to go. I know. This is the place to go. I know. Where can you find beautiful masqueraders parading the streets, ready to party? I know. It's part of our life. As we wake up, it's straight till the night. Plenty vibes in the city. I know. Like when the steel band and rhythm section play with that sweetness, you don't want to stay. A hammock under a mango tree, go take all of your stress away. So come, we go jump, come jump in my island. Pick your destination, understand that this is the place to go. Come jump up on somebody, woman, you don't know. This is the place to go. Come free up your mind and let go to calypso. This is the place to go. It's better than you wait till tomorrow. Back and knowledge, drama, we tempo. Want to see the greatest festival in this world. This is the place to go. I know. This is the place to go. I know. This is the place to go. I know. Like when the steel pan and rhythm section play with that sweetness, you don't want to stay. A hammock under a mango tree, go take all of your stress away. So come, we go jump, come jump in my island. Pick your destination, understand that this is the place to go. Come jump up on somebody, woman, you don't know. This is the place to go. Come free up your mind and let go to calypso. This is the place to go. It's better than you wait till tomorrow. Back and knowledge, drama, we tempo. Want to see the greatest festival in this world. This is the place to go. I know. This is the This is the place to go. I know, I know, I know. This is the place to go. This is the place to go.
From one cultural stalwart organization to another, the Lydian Singers had their start in the National Music Festival of 1979 when Mrs. Joyce Spence, legendary music mistress of Bishop Anstey High School, brought together past pupils of that school for a successful initial foray into the competition. As the group continued to grow in subsequent years, the esteemed musical directors have included Miss Alma Pear, Dr. Pat Bishop, Miss Lorraine Grandison, who we saw on stage earlier, and current musical director, Mr. Carl Anthony Hines. This exemplary music institution has proven to be even more important as an agent of community. The music is simply a vehicle to transport hearts, minds, and souls to heights which we should all aspire to. The ultimate aspiration being to recognize our responsibility to each other, to recognize that personal aspirations pale in comparison to the beauty of those formed by communal yearning for communal betterment. In short, through their music, the Lydians have exhibited the kind of national service which makes it possible for us to boldly and proudly say, we celebrating our Diamond Jubilee. A celebration of community, of nationhood, of love for brother, sister, fellow citizen, love of country, and an ultimate proclamation of unity and the will required to aspire to it. The group's longest-serving musical director and national treasure, Dr. Pat Bishop, left us with this creed. Hold on, hold the applause. Until all have crossed, none have crossed, and some we may have to carry. That's what you had to clap for. Performing three magical pieces this evening, ladies and gentlemen, please enthusiastically receive the Diamond Jubilee performance of the Lydian Singers.
Flamboyant screaming at the
zombie in the road ahead. All are we muma in the air, come, there we go, and come, there we go, and come, there we go. Yes, long time ago they used to say how Chummy used to walk the road. Don't talk about Aruka, don't talk about Arima. Every time I walk the road, my skin as hot as fire. Chummy in the road ahead, Chummy in the road ahead. All are we muma in the air, come, there we go, and come, are we go, and come, are we go. You hear the jumbie? Can you hear the jumbie? Come and hear the jumbie in the road. Jumbie in the road, I hear. Oh Lord, jumbie in the road, I hear. All we muma in the air. So come, let we go, and come, let we go. Don't talk about Lekoto, don't talk about Roxborough. Every time I walk the road, my skin as hot as fire. Jumbie in the road, I hear. Jumbie in the road, I hear. All are we muma in the air, come, let we go, and come, let we go, and come, let we go.
living, running from the dead. I go say, go run the lad. Come, let me play a game of cards. When his love are running in troops, my foot sticking a mango roots. I fall down inside a tomb. I get up with a zoom, zoom, zoom. Run, 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 run. Run your run, Kaiser William, run your run. Run your run, Kaiser William, run your run. Lord Kitchener say, chair boys, chair. With security and alacrity, we gon' conquer Germany. Ay, 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 Ichitilili. Ay, 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 Ichitilili. Only one more mile and a half, Ichitilili. Only one more mile and a half, Ichitilili. Ichitilili. She home from Arima at 6:30. When she reached Sandy Grande, she was only only walk a mile and a half, Ichitilili. Only walk a mile and a half, Ichitilili.
Take me, I am feeling lonely. Take me down to Losiro and don't let them mama know.
Tell me where you've been last night, Caroline.
Losiro,
Tell me where you've been last night, Caroline.
I want to know.
Last night I couldn't believe. If it wasn't you, who could it be?
Not me.
Tell me where you've been last night, Caroline. Hey, little boy, let me tell you this. Don't be afraid, I'm not the police. You were the funny but I wanted to show me how you're not getting on the thread. When I said it was song, you know this was started jump up and then he said, tell your sister to come down quick, I have something there for she. Tell she is Mr. Ben Woodson, the man from Sandy Grande. She know me well, I guess she already boy. She must remember me. Go on, tell she Mr. Ben would come. Jane, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. Jane, Eddie never come. Oh, we're going.
Yeah, man, like a metal hand, I ain't going cool. Just leave me alone. I ready yet. And I begin to flex. I'm having a good time. Don't bring up the line. Moving. I intend to sing, reach for. I ain't going home at all.
You can't stand the digging. Give me back the shilling. You can't stand the digging. Give me back the shilling. You can't stand the digging. Give me back the shilling. You can't stand the digging. Give me back the shilling. Gina, Dinah, Rosita, and Clementina. On the corner posing. Let your life be something they say. And if you catch them broken, you can get them all for nothing. Don't make a row. The Yankees fall and Sparrow take over now. Last train to San Fernando. Last train to San Fernando. And if you miss this one, you'll never get another one. Last train to San Fernando. Calypso. We love the Calypso. Calypso. We love the Calypso. Calypso.
The Lydian Singers, as always, a supreme delight. Thank you so much for your contribution this evening and over the many years to the building of community in our Twin Island states.
You know, Hans, it occurs to me that our national watchwords of discipline, tolerance, and production are being so well observed over the course of this evening. We have seen through these cultural expressions true commitment to excellence, grit, and determination to aspire. To aspire even in the midst of extreme pressures, recognizing that the process of coming through these sometimes less than ideal circumstances, well, that's precisely the environment needed to create a diamond, the likes of the one we are gathered here this evening to celebrate.
Absolutely, Sarala. I mean, we have had the good fortune of experiencing representations of varied cultural forms, which in our Twin Island Republic have not only been practiced without constraint, but which in many cases took root and blossomed into something uniquely and beautifully Tobagonian. What we have managed to produce over these 60 years of independence is a nation which continues to aspire to higher ideals of togetherness and unity.
Our national motto enshrines this aspiration, thus, together we aspire, together we achieve. Please welcome to our celebration of 60 years of close bonds of unity, the Shooting Stars Tassa Group, and welcome back the Malik Folk Performing Company with their African drummers and the Shiv Shakti Dance Company as the Ganges meets the Nile in this presentation of Trini Melange.
In this land of broken rules, political fools, we've got to stay together. In many ways, the people have always been ahead of their leaders. But we got to eagle eye this foolishness if we've got to rise above. I don't care who says that my cliche is tired, but what we need is love. See how we moving, see how we grooving, see how we step in style. One nation under a groove, the Ganges has met the Nile. The hidden agendas of the mind benders, they will always do their do. When we get to that sweet place that we going, well, them could come along too, 'cause we moving with the power and the glory. See how we step in style. One nation, sweet salvation, the Ganges has met the Nile. There'll come a time when our children will ask us, big people, what did you do? And when we let the lyrics fly, pray not to lie, the choices are up to you. I say, tell me how come so many rivers of this world found their way into this land? The sweet answer lies somewhere in this very question. I hope you understand. I say, see how we moving, watch how we grooving, see how we step in style. One nation under a groove, the Ganges has met the Nile. The hidden agendas of the mind benders, they will always do their do. But when we get to that sweet place that we're going, even them could come along too, 'cause we moving with the power and the glory. See how we groove in style. One nation, sweet salvation, the Ganges has met the Nile. See how we moving, watch how we grooving, see how we step smart men and politicians can come along if they want. Cause we're moving with the power and the glory. See how we float in style. One nation, sweet salvation. The Ganges has met the night. I say, the Ganges has met the night. Oh, yeah, yeah. The Ganges has met the night. Already, the Ganges has met the night. The Ganges has met the night. The Ganges has met the
In July of the year 1951, 12 inventive, innovative, trailblazing Trinis who epitomize what steel pan historian and expert Dr. Kim Johnson has coined the audacity of the Creole imagination, left our shores bound for England to represent us at the Festival of Britain. These young heroes formed TASPO, the Trinidad All-Steel Pan Percussion Orchestra. Today, the National Steel Symphony Orchestra, which was founded in 2007 and is currently led by artistic director Okawa Leaf, follows in that noble tradition. Mr. Leaf is a Fulbright Fellow who graduated from the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Musical Arts, as well as the Northern Illinois University with a Master's of Music in Conducting, with an emphasis on steel pan performance. Well, prior to pursuing graduate studies, he performed with the National Steel Symphony Orchestra of Trinidad and Tobago as a full-time musician. He was appointed to the position of Artistic Director and Conductor of the orchestra in 2016. Joining the NSSO will be this evening distinguished guests Mr. Devon Seal and Ms. Terry Lyons.
Now, when we talk about Devon Seal, Devon Seal came through the ranks of the junior calypso competitions to take his place among the giants of the art form. His attributes, such as his commanding stage persona, powerful vocals, and his thought-provoking and insightful calypsos, have earned him the respect as a calypsonian. He has made it to the National Calypso Monarch Finals on numerous occasions, and in 2016, he managed to win the coveted title of National Calypso Monarch. Today, his versatility in the calypso fraternity knows no bounds. He has touched on many different topics, from political to social issues, and commentary with his own unique style and delivery. But as most will agree, he always seems to hit home with his calypso pieces that captivate the calypso lovers everywhere. This evening, he will deliver Pyramid of Love.
Well, Terry Lyons is the reigning calypso monarch of Trinidad and Tobago, having taken the crown in 2020, only to have Carnival and consequently the National Calypso competition cancelled for 2 years owing to, well, the COVID-19 restrictions. But as we have seen over the course of this evening, the resilience of our people has only allowed for pressure to create diamonds. Even as the conventional outlets for calypso creation and performance continued to be checked by the ongoing health crisis, Terry collaborated with composer Mr. Mark Loquan and writer-producer Ms. Jarrell Forbes to produce A Better Tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a rousing welcome to our National Steel Symphony Orchestra and their special guests, Devon Seal and Terry Lyons.
in flight. And little boys now compete with girls on the streets for kinky, rich appetite. And tongue every night, while street children get visas to nowhere. As granddaughters for lion or for man. And little girls spend their lives playing surrogate wives to fathers and guardians. Say me a prayer, sing me a mantra, something divine, sent from God above. Come take my hand, let's come together. Let us all build that pyramid of love. Oh yeah, Trinbago needs a pyramid of love. And let me hear you sing, oh Yahweh, oh Jaja, singing, oh Jehovah, oh my God. Won't you call him children? Oh Yahweh, oh, 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 Jehovah, oh my God. When evil possesses a people, good folks must rise up in protest. We must all make that pledge. We will not live on edge. Our peace we will repossess. This country is blessed. We must confront the dragon like St. Michael. Like Martin and Mahatma showed us how. Stand firm for the good, like God's people should. The time to respond is now. It's time for prayer. It's time for mantra. Something divine sent from God above. Come take my hand. Let's come together. Let us all build that pyramid of love. Oh yeah, we've got to build a pyramid of love. And let me hear you sing, oh Yahweh, oh Jaja, singing, oh Jehovah, Kumbaya. I want to hear you singing, oh Yahweh. Thank you very much. Oh, 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 Jehovah, Kumbaya. Singing, oh Yahweh, oh, 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 Jehovah, Kumbaya. I want to hear you singing, oh Yahweh. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Fire in the soul is burn away. Our desire not to burn away. Gifted talent, use it. You and me. Lifted up on music. Show the world TNT. Let's build a foundation for all our children. Let's build a foundation for all our children. We go find this time we can. It's more than fighting war. Hey, tell them from the young and sorrow, build a better tomorrow. From the young and sorrow, build a better tomorrow. 99999 99999 99999. Do not wait until it's too late, 'cause it's a real struggle to forge your faith. Some may choose to run and some may stay. Let's not waste no more time. It can be a new day. Let's build the foundation for all our children. Let's build the foundation. Let me see it. Yeah, 'cause we gonna fight Giza. That flag you're holding in your hand represents pan, calypso, soca, a culture, dance, food, everything. But where I come from the music. I'm the part of that flag that represents the music. The calypso part, the soca part, that is the part I represent. That flag you're holding there. So when you move your hips so calypso, I want all to say calypso for me. Hey, and when you move your hips so calypso, shake your hips so calypso, boogie the chord, the rhythm, calypso, raise all of your pulses, boogie your dance and humor, calypso, become at your partner, calypso, a melodious educator, calypso, what but soca, calypso, when you feel the love again, when you can't deny your story, babe. Respect this band that's starting to play. You got to love it, love it, love it, love it. Say, build a better tomorrow. From the young and sorrow. Hey, I want all to put all that together. From the young and sorrow. Hey, build a better tomorrow. From the young and sorrow. Build a better tomorrow. From the young and sorrow. From the young and tomorrow. From the young and sorrow. Build a better tomorrow. From the young and sorrow. We gon' find this right. We can't take no. We can't take no. We can't take no. So it's more than fighting. Hey, where my people? Where is my people? Where is my family? Join me. What? Everybody get up and wave it. Wave it. Hey. Trinidad wave it. Trinidad wave it. Trinidad wave it. Trinidad wave it. Unity wave it. It's unity wave it. My people, my people, my people, one people, one people, one people, one people. Everything.
Could not possibly be had.
Indeed, Hans, this is resounding evidence that as we continue to aspire to all that we want this nation to be, more people will undoubtedly form bonds as strong as those in diamond.
And dare I say, as the years go on, our bonds will be even stronger. We will shine brighter than any precious stone.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters of Mother Trinbago, wherever you are, thank you for joining us for this celebration of 60 years of independence for Trinidad and Tobago. May we continue to work together for the greater happiness of all and for the honor and the glory of our country.
And may God bless our nation.
Cause we gon' fight this fight, we can't take no.
This is TTT. Live for local.
Live from 11A Maraval Road, this